people! Welcome back to another episode of the Get On Podcast. It's a podcast where it's about mental health, the trial tribulations of trauma, but also the art of healing. I'm Ivory, I'm your host, and today is a special episode. So usually I would do my interviews with a lot of my friends or peers that I know, but today is a little different. Since tomorrow's Thanksgiving, I figured, why not do a Friendsgiving episode? You know, one of my favorite things as I got older was game nights. I love playing games, whether it's Cards Against Humanity, Uno, Connect 4, or even Taboo. So I figure I have two of my best friends who I've known literally from business trips where we would play games every single night. So I'm excited. I'm also excited to be reunited with them. So please, let's get up for Rai and Javier.
Let's go.
How you guys feeling?
Good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm excited to, like you said, be reunited. Excited to get started playing this game. So
because it feels so good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Javi,
What's up, my guy?
how are you feeling?
I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
A little nervous?
Yeah, we good.
Don't be nervous.
I'm excited at the same time. Let's reveal some things tonight.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how we gotta shake it up. But also the best part about it is that I'm also glad they were actually on my first season of Getting Older when I had the single camera.
Oh, geez.
And, so I have to say this to you guys. I really do appreciate you guys for coming on because here's the thing. A lot of times people will look at like, oh, I want to start a podcast or I want to start with this, but not with, the lights or a microphone or a high-tech camera. But you guys came on anyway and was able to give truths and be supportive. And that's something that not a lot of people are willing to do. So I always say to myself, I appreciate you both for that. And I always want to make sure that you guys are compensated well and making sure that you guys are, now that we're in the studio, you get the shine that you deserve. So I really do want to say that I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you having me on, man.
All right. So we are getting started. So I'm going to mix up. We have a bowl of the questions, okay? So this is the fishbowl of truth, okay? So basically, like I said, we are going to basically answer questions. The questions can be deep. The questions can be funny or chaotic. I don't know. So we're going to pick a couple of things, and I'm going to start with Rai. All right?
All right. Let's go. What's one moment you truly felt supported by us?
Ooh, a deep one. Okay. Let's
Okay.
start deep.
I'm guessing us means the two of you, right?
Yeah.
All right. I think one of the moments that I feel like I felt most supported by you guys, this has us go back to when we were roughing it out there. I feel like Buffalo for sure. Some shit went down in Buffalo. We don't gotta
wait, but explain when you say Buffalo. When you say Buffalo, can you explain to the listeners what do you mean? Because we've done business trips, so can you explain that?
Yeah. So we used to all work together at this crazy job, and just a lot of stuff would go down, stuff that I feel only happens at that job. So a lot of things gets heightened. A lot of excitement was going on. But one thing we used to do a lot, we used to take business trips. And we took one out to Buffalo, and it was the three of us and a couple of other friends. And I just remember that one night we had went out, and it was just really hectic, really chaotic. I think we went on a bar, and then afterwards we left the bar, and then these girls came up to us. We started tussling a little bit, it was all right.
When they hit your car?
Exactly. That
you
part when they hit my car.
Hit, I got punched in the face by a girl.
And then
that's what came to mind
for the team too. You feel me? So I'm bro, we were all there. It was a united front. And then y'all backed me up at that moment because I was getting really upset. I was getting really turned up because I was
never
chill.
get upset.
Exactly, I'm chill. So why are you antagonizing me? I had nothing to do with this situation. Now you over here start hitting my car. So I'm looking at the dude. I'm like, bro, you better get your girl, bro. What's going on here? And I'm just getting turned up. But yeah, y'all brought me back down to earth. I stepped out of character. I know a little bit in that in that night. But yeah, I feel like y'all was there for me in that moment for sure.
I vividly remember that.
You vividly, right?
No. I vividly remember that night. Let me tell you, let me actually set the scene for you guys if you actually remember. So this was Buffalo when it was snowing. And we
It was
decided because
snowing, yeah.
we went out. But the thing is, like, I remember this place so much because I love this place. It's actually one of my favorite nights, unfortunately. But here's the thing, because they had the fishbowl drinks. That was the place.
Oh, yeah, we were.
So I had my fishbowl drink. I'm dancing.
Right.
I'm enjoying I'm living my best night. And literally we go out. I don't know how it started, but all I can say is 2 parts to this night is that look at you with that thing. So what I thought was so funny was when all that stuff happened, because again, like if you know Ray, anybody or whatever or not, he is very chill. You never see him yell. He doesn't
Not
get
fast.
mad, doesn't lose his temper or nothing like that. But these girls or whatever just kept coming at us. And then all of a sudden, it just became a brawl. And I remember I'm trying to stop the fight. But I remember this one girl was like, boom. And I was like, in 5 seconds, I was like, I could really swing back real quick. But at the same time, do I really want to add a charge with all the things that have going on in my life at that moment? No. So I was like, I ate it. And then when I tell you, it was just so, I don't know how it ended, but I remember this part 2 of that night was I'm in the middle when we're driving back. Ray's like fuming. And I'm in the middle. Javier's on my side. And there's another person on my side. And that same night, they are screaming and barking at each other. And when I tell you, it's just like, I'm just sitting there like, I just got punched in the face. And then I'm getting yelled at. I'm not really in the argument, but I'm just getting yelled by both of them because they have strong personalities. Like, yeah. Like when I tell you, it was just one of those like nights.
Nice
Buffalo.
night to remember, yo.
But you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that we supported you.
The best nights always end, sometimes they end in the worst ways.
Oh, every business trip.
Most
Every night we went
memorable
out.
ones,
What about you, dog?
Well, let me just say, I remember that night vividly. It all started because we walked out the club. I'm drunk. I see these group of girls arguing across the street. I'm like, I don't know why I decided to be a good Samaritan. It's the liquor. It's the liquor talking to me. It's like, yo, let me go see what's going on over there. So I go and I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? Y'all good? In the midst of me doing that, the biggest girl on the block came and just boom, snuffs me. So now I'm like, what the fuck? So I back up and then I see it's a girl, like he said, and now it's like a group of them, like the Ninja Turtles just lined up. And I'm like, oh, nah, I can't do nothing. And then, yeah, after that, all chaos ensued. My boy got hit. His car got hit. It was a whole mess. Anyways, back to the question. When did I feel most supported by you guys? All right. Well, honestly, I'll say, as you guys know, viewers may not, a few years ago, I was hospitalized for a short time, so I'm not going to get too deep into that right now. But what I will say is my 2 guys right here, especially Ivory, they were with me every step of the way, always making sure I'm good, making sure I need anything, checking up on me. This man was in the hospital every day, every other day after work. We was living together at this point too.
Yeah, we were.
Well, somewhere I wasn't there, but we shared a household. Yeah, and even during all of that, he was going home dealing with bullshit from our crazy ass roommate that we've spoken about in previous podcasts. If you know, you know.
That girl.
And you know, he still made time after work to come see me, just make sure I'm good, make sure my mom is good, especially. You know, it's just something we'll always appreciate. You know, my guy. So I would say that's the time I felt the most supported by you guys, even though I still feel supported by you guys silently. You know, we're all doing our own thing, but, you know, I will say that now that it's out in the open, I appreciate my guys for that, you know?
Yeah, man.
No, we got you, man. But
Yeah.
listen, I just think that, like, again, like, because I feel like what people don't understand is that we were together all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because when we was with, especially when we went out to business trips,
every day.
we're with each other
Yo,
for 6
every day,
days a week. So you have to understand is also that we're also staying in the same Airbnb. And a lot of us are also sharing the same rooms. So again, like we just became more close. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about each other with personal things and just a lot of life going on. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like you are like a brother. You're my brother.
Yeah,
you know
we built
what I mean?
a brotherhood for sure.
So of course, like when you're going through a time where it's like I'm seeing you like the day before, like, you know, like, hey, like at the apartment, like, hey, what's going on? Like you're not feeling well. Then a day later you're in the hospital. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, it was
So
sudden.
that was scary for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like it was all good. Then it's like it got real quick. But
It was all good just a week ago.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
And
we
then
good, yeah.
for me, I'll say how I feel most supported was obviously you guys know that was a really, really rough time for me.
Mhm.
And I think for me personally, it was like, oh man, I'm 25 years old, turning 26. I just came back from California. I literally now have to deal with the wrath of feeling like a failure, going through a divorce, and realizing how much mental stuff I was really like suppressing.
I heard that.
And I would say for you guys, it's like I didn't really tell you guys like really what was going on. You know, you just see me like, hey, what's going on and stuff like that, and nah. But I would say like the most vulnerable moment you saw me more was that night when I was heavily drinking. And I would say is that what I appreciate you guys more was you didn't judge me at those nights, you know. I feel like again, we all had our own shit going on, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I felt supported where you guys really like came along and you guys really just like stood by me. Even when I wanted to talk about things late at night or anything like that, like you guys were there. And then I would say like one of my favorite moments is that especially when you guys a year later after that, you guys came with me to the gay cruise thing I did because I wanted to do that.
I remember that.
You know, I learned. I'll say this. I've learned
That was the
to
last time
appreciate-
everything was good.
I learned to appreciate. I learned to appreciate it because I was really pissed off about that night. But I
remember
I would
that.
say, yeah. But
the
I
best.
because well, you gotta understand. I invited like 5 straight men with me, so you know what I'm saying. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. But I would say is that like I really did appreciate you, all of you guys, even like. Just all of you guys for just coming out there, even supporting me. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to waste your time to be out there. So it's like stuff like that.
It's
I
not
see
a
as
waste
that
of
support.
time.
You know
I
what I
don't see
mean?
it as that.
You know what I'm saying? But like, sometimes it like
Can't categorize it as
yeah.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So
Should do it again, man. Fuck it.
I got the dates.
Come
I'm
on.
playing.
Next time we go when it's warm.
Well, it was June though, and it was raining. That was the thing about
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
situation.
That night it just happened to be cold, but it wasn't.
And we're in the water too.
Yeah.
So
Right. But we got to go on a real cruise. I've never been on a cruise, so that's what my point is. I want
so
to
next year.
do it correctly.
So we gotta talk with okay, let's make the group chat go out the plane, you know what I'm saying? All right, Hav, your turn.
Snacks.
Oh, let's see. What's something you've healed from that your younger self would be proud of? Oh boy, 2 deep ones in a row. All right. Something that I've healed from, correct? Yes. Honestly, I would just say, truthfully, my overall trauma, I guess you could say family, right? Back then, as a kid growing up, like I used to blame the world. I used to blame my family for the shit that I went through. I'm like, you know, they should have put me in a better position or whatever. But as I got older, I learned to like flip the mirror onto myself and realize what could I have done better? And also not hold on to anger and to hurt for so long, because it's like all it did was hold me back. And I used to think that it was like empowering me. I was holding on to this shit to like empower me. But I realized like the real freedom is when you let that shit go and you realize like it doesn't control me anymore. And just like honestly repairing relationship with my mom, for example, like we weren't always on the best terms. So like the second I was able to let go of that hurt and just bring my mom back into my life, not just her, like family in general, like I was very closed off to my family. And as I got older, I realized, all you got is family at the end of the day. Your friends, I got you guys. You guys are brothers. It's different than having a friend. A friend come and go. So it's like family is everything to me. And I would say that's one thing I've healed from is just, bottom line, is just my trauma and learning how to deal with it appropriately and then like releasing it from my system, my body, my heart, my brain. And yeah, getting my chakras aligned. You feel me?
I felt that,
feel
man.
that, bro.
Respect.
Right? Me, I guess just like the sense I got like as a kid growing up, just being like a lot of like a people pleaser or like not feeling good enough sometimes, like knowing like I'm good enough, but not really like I just putting a lot of pressure on me to like be better.
I hear that.
And like do better and stuff. Like, not that I was ever like really doing bad, but just constantly putting that pressure on me. I just feel like I've definitely learned how to, I guess, like loosen up a little bit in terms of that, like give myself a little bit more grace than I'm used to giving myself, love myself a little bit more. And that way, you know, forgive myself when I mess up, because I used to take all that stuff like super like hard or super to heart whenever I would do that stuff, and I feel like disappointed, but like not to just to make sure that, yeah, like, you got to learn from that and just keep it pushing and not like dwell on that stuff like too much. Because then you get like bogged down there.
Can't put yourself down.
Exactly.
So
And I feel like
believe that shit.
exactly. And I feel like I've done that before in the past, and I'm a lot better with not doing that now. And I feel like I've just like healed that part of myself. You know, I've lived some life. I'm experiencing life like for myself, like seeing what interests me, what I like to do. I feel like I'm growing, like since I've let that go, or since I've like healed, or like I won't even say like fully healed. I feel like that's like a process, right?
Yeah.
It's never ending.
Exactly. But since I like started that journey, I feel like, you know, things have been a lot better. I've been feeling like more like myself and stuff like that. So for sure, I would say just getting rid of that pressure, or if like of not feeling good enough.
And I'll say for me, just learning to love myself, because I feel like as a kid, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, like the pressures of things from others. Again, I always like cared whatever people thought about me as a kid, because you want to be like, you know, I knew that I wasn't like all the other boys in my grade, you know, everyone's into the sports, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and the Pokemon. And I'm just like,
guilty.
No. Like this is me, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like disconnect a lot of times. So I really fell more into like the arts, the theater, but I've learned to resent that. I learned to hate that about myself as a kid growing up. And it really like took a toll on me. It made me realize I needed validation and I needed to be loved, you know, especially as I got older and I started realizing who I was and who I am. It made it a lot difficult to cross over into that path, you know what I'm saying? So what I've learned and healed from is no validation. So a lot of times, like, you know, when you guys say to me like, yo, I'm proud of you and stuff like that, it's now kind of hard for me to kind of accept that, in a sense where it's like, I have to take that in for myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, because it's kind of hard for me to...
Like, those are just words. I need to feel it.
Yeah.
I need to feel like
but
I
for
accomplished
myself,
something.
though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't hear from others, because that's all I wanted was approval. And just to feel like I'm one of the boys or whatever not, you know what I'm saying? So what I've learned as I got older is like, you don't need everybody else's validation. So that's something that I learned for myself.
That's true.
You know? All right, my turn. Whew, that was deep.
Let's go, right? Let's lighten it up. Let's lighten up the mood, bro.
I know.
What's next?
The first two was like, oh.
I'm like, damn.
All right, let's
Pandora's
see.
box.
Right.
You know? All right, let's see. Oh, funny.
Let's get it.
Now, what is it?
What's your most embarrassing story in life? So, I would say every time I was drunk, it was like every time I was like blacked out, it was always my most embarrassing like moments blacked out. But you know what I've learned about life? I've learned to enjoy the process of life. But to be honest, there's only one thing that I'm so embarrassed about. And it's definitely when I got my DUI. 2019,
Right.
I was 22 years old, and I was at Reese Beach for a family event. That's in New York. You guys know where Reese Beach is? Have you heard of it?
I think so.
It's all the way like in like New York. I'll say upper New York. I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't
It's in New
matter.
York. But I remember I was at the family function. We're drinking. We're having a good time. And I remember my mom and my grandma was there with me. And I met them out there, by the way. So they was like, oh, can you like my mom? I was like, my mom, I saw them. They were like, in my opinion, a little lit. So I said, oh, let me drive you guys home. But here's the bullshit. How is it that I'm driving about over an hour, right, on the highway, and then I get to Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Damn.
And then all of a sudden, wheel.
Go,
And then here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. This is on me, though, because when I got out the car and everything, they're asking me like, "Oh, like, like, did you have anything to drink today? I said yes. Because I said, no, but here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. Let me explain. Because there's a lot of things about police brutality. And I'm not about to lie and get caught up on some bullshit. So let me just be honest. And like, my hands like, yes, I did have a drink tonight.
Right.
Did I have one drink? Not really. But I'm just saying, like, I said that. So I did the test and everything. And then I guess with my answer being that, I got arrested. And then what's embarrassing was that for my mom and my grandma to see me arrested, my mom was slumbered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my mom's waking up and literally she's seeing me walk into the cop car and literally, you know, get in a cop car. And I'm not going to hold you. Mom, I love you. I know you listen to this podcast and please don't get mad at me for telling the story. But I remember literally just like, she was about to get arrested too because she saw her baby boy get arrested. And it was just like, that broke my heart. Yeah. Like that was so embarrassing to have my mother see me get arrested. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then I'm going to the jail in Elizabeth. Like that's embarrassing. Yeah. And I like and that breaks my heart for my mom and my grandma to see that. And it became a whole thing. And I remember the day after, this is when I realized like, oh, like I'm slipping. Mm-hmm. Because it was early that year, I had a situation where me and my dad got into an argument when I was staying in Pennsylvania. And it brought my sexuality came into questioning. And that was the first time I broke down one time about that. Because I just made me hate myself more. So obviously, how do I suppress? I drink. Right. I'm drinking. Now I get a DUI. Now everybody in my family knows Ivory got a DUI. My car just slipping. Mm-hmm. You know? So like 2019 was an embarrassing year, honestly, for me. But yeah, just to see the look on my mom's face that day, that I can't get back. Yeah. So that was embarrassing for me. Right after that. Javier. I'm sorry.
Damn, that's deep. Okay. Well, for me, mine's a little more comical.
Okay. Light it up, please. Please light it up.
Well, when I was in high school, I was known to act up in class. I was known to be the class clown, whatever. So one day I'm acting up, whatever. My mom get a call home for the last time, I guess. So I'm expecting an ass beating when I get home. Yeah. Doesn't happen often, but when they call home, that's usually what happens. So I guess my mom at this point fed up. So she was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit you where it hurts. I'm gonna fuck with your hair. So she ends up she ends up grabbing my clippers. Oh, I showed you, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen it, but I still got a video. It's unfortunate. Yeah. She ends up grabbing the clippers that I had at the time, and she gives me a George Jefferson. So she straight up cuts the top and leaves the sides. You feel me? Yo. And then my step pops at the time had the bright idea to put a Nike sign in my head. We gonna put a symbol. put a Nike sign in the middle of my George Jefferson. Yo. So this is a baldy Nike sign right here. Mm-hmm. I go to school the next day, and they come in with me. They tell the principal like, "Yo, we're just letting you know now that he's gonna be at school like this, so you know, leave him here." Yeah. So I walk in with a hat. At first, I'm like, I'm not walking in like this. So I go to class with the hat on, but you know, the school not gonna let you keep it on. So right. Luckily, first period, I had a teacher who was like, "Damn, that shit bad." He let me keep it on for the first period. I was like, all right, hopefully I get away with it. Man, second period comes. I have so good of a teacher. So at that point, they frying me in class, second period. You know how the guys are. And we in high school, senior year. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting senior year? I'm getting it bad. Yeah. I'm not even looking up from my desk. Everybody just seeing the Nikes on top. Just do it.
It's like the bat signal. Like.
Yeah. Bro, so then it gets even worse because at least like in between classes, I got the hat on. Thugging it. Lunchtime comes, and I got the hat on at lunch. I'm the only motherfucker with a hat on at lunch. So the principal walked right up to me. He's like, "Yo, you gotta take that off." I'm like, no, please. Like, he's like, "Oh, you gotta go home." I'm like, "Send me home, please." Yeah, he's like, "I'm like, now you gotta take it off." So I'm like, "Damn, do I want should I take the ass beating?" I ended up taking the hat off. Man, it was over. The whole lunchroom stopped, was looking at me, was frying me, like just laughing. I took my ass outside. I was hiding real quick, and yeah, that was a tough day. I'm not gonna lie. And then I went home that day and they gave me the Caillou. They was like, fuck it, you had enough?
The guy.
Oh, boy.
And they evened it out, gave me a Baldy. I went back the next day looking like Caillou. But I was like, you know what? I'll take that over the George Jefferson, yeah. And that was my most embarrassing story.
That's funny. All right, me, most embarrassing story. I would have to say this time where I went skiing, like for the first, or no, not skiing, snowboarding for the first time. And like me personally, I like to aura farm, so I'm like, right? I'm not used to this embarrassing shit, embarrassing myself shit, bro. So I'm like real nonchalant fella, real like likes to aura farm. So I'm like, I'm thinking about a body this, like the snowboarding. I'm like, I've seen it done before. It's not gonna be that difficult.
Right.
Yada yada yada. And I think I took a trip up to the Poconos. I got like a cabin or something with a couple friends for my birthday one year. I think this was like 2022 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in the Poconos, and then we go to the mountain the next day to start snowboarding. And I'm just like, I'm telling you, I'm thinking I'm about to body this, right? Bro, like I could not find my footing for shit, bro. Like just busting my ass all over this mountain. And I'm like, yo, worst part is like, I think it was at one point, like, I'm just fed up, bro. I'm like, I need a break. I'm laying down there, right? And like a 2-year-old girl just comes like flying down right past me. I'm like, bro, no, man. Like, bro, she's killing it. And I'm here like on the ground, bro. I was like, that was embarrassing as hell. Like, how you gonna show me up like that, bro? I was tight.
I know exactly how you
Yo,
feel.
I was tight as hell. I mean, I wasn't alone though, because my boys was also fucking up. Like, one of my boys, Justin, was on the trip with me too. And then I think at one point he thought he was at the like the bottom of the hill. Or no, he got on the ski lift because he was like, fuck this shit, I'm done, right? And these niggas are going to take him to the end of the mountain. But the ski lift took this man to like the taller mountain. And they're talking about the only way to like get off is to go down, bro.
Go down.
We get on this ski lift and I'm like, everybody like, where Justin at? Where Justin at? We looking for Justin. And then we get on this ski lift and we see this man been sitting down there at the top of this mountain just for like a straight hour, bro, like contemplating life. He's like, damn, bro, like I can't go down this mountain. Like all that type of shit. And it was just like overall just like a hilarious day, just busting my ass. Like, you know, king of aura farming, like, you know, y'all get y'all laughs in. It's not going to happen again. I swear. Like, I'm going to tighten up. We going to run it back. But
Caught me slipping once.
Yeah, exactly. One time, that's all you get, though. That's all you get. No footage. No footage. None of that.
I'm going to be there next time. I'm going to capture that one.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Next,
I'm drawing again.
Yep.
All right. Oh, boy. Wait, that's just one. All right. What's one thing we thought was normal back then, but now feels insane? All right, back then referring to like when we were all like in the like working at that job together.
In general.
Or just like just back then.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, what I feel like was what I thought was normal back then, that I would be like, I never do that today. I'll talk about like the job that we did like previously, just like in general, like the shit that we was going through, the conditions we was working in. I'm like outside in the cold or like sweating my ass off.
How many hours outside?
Bro, hours. Like all day. I think about that shit sometimes. Like as I drive to work at my job now, I'm like, bro, what the fuck was I thinking?
Market Street giving me PTSD.
What the fuck was I thinking,
I can't go on
Oh
Marketplace.
my God, yeah.
Wow, the hell?
Every time I see a T-Mobile Dollar Tree, I'm thinking like, yeah, that would have been a good
bro,
spot.
I'm like, oh, damn, like flashbacks. But just in general, like I think about all this shit that I did or I went through, and I'm just like, yeah, never today, bro. Never today. I would never do that shit to myself in today. But other than that, yeah, I don't know why I thought that was normal, but like definitely like looking back now, like where I am today, I'm just like, yeah, that shit was definitely like.
Well, the messaging was there because, again, we were giving free phone service to people that were in need, like Section 8 and everything like that. So at the same time, we're thinking that we're doing a deed.
Word, I guess.
You know what I mean? You signed up. But I'm saying that's what I initially got, like, we're about to save the world. Like, that's how I felt about that. And then, like, no, I'm in Baltimore my first day, stuck with Ray, and I'm just like, what the hell is this?
I didn't get to experience Baltimore. I don't.
Bro, that's just crazy. But yeah, definitely not normal.
No, I wasn't.
Not normal.
Honestly, I would say just thinking that growing up, just thinking that we're going to have it all together by 18.
Yep.
Oh, facts.
Right.
Yeah.
When I was 15, 16 at home on punishment, I was like, yo, wait till I'm 18, bro. I'm out of here, bro. Like, they can't tell me shit. I'm going to be in and out the crib how I want. I'm a grown-ass man. Like,
Yeah.
18th birthday came, ain't shit changed. I'm like,
You're like, damn, bro.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? So anyways, I would say that feels insane now because honestly, like, that's where all the challenges really began. And like, that's when I realized why they say don't grow up so fast and like, yo, stay a kid and all that cliche stuff that we used to hear as a kid. Like, it's actually now it's hitting, you know. Now I'm starting to understand where it's like, you know, why the adult. I remember one time I had one of my aunts tell me, yo, don't smoke. And I asked her, I'm like, well, then why do you smoke? And she didn't have an answer, bro.
Right, exactly.
She was quiet. She's like, don't worry about that. So now it's like I get it because I'm at that point where it's like I can't even tell you why not to do it. Just trust me.
Yeah.
Right. So I try to do that for my little cousins now who are kind of dealing with the same stuff I used to deal with. They just feel stuck. No direction. Like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. And I'll tell you, I'm 25 and we all still figuring it out. You know, some people just got it a little more ahead than others, but everybody has their own route. You know, so it's like you just got to find your route, and whether that's at a young age or 25, 30. I mean, as long as you keep trying, you're gonna break through eventually. So that would just be my thing. It's just like don't think that it's gonna be all together at 18, 19, 20, 21. Like I said, I'm 25. We still figuring shit out. So
I mean, you're always gonna figure things out, though. That's just something that I realize in general. That's actually gonna be my answer too. Is like realizing like, oh, when I get 18, I'm going to go to college. Oh, when I'm 22, I'm gonna graduate college.
Right. I used to always say I'm gonna graduate. I used to tell them, oh, I'm going to college. I'm gonna graduate. Then I went to college, right, and I was like, this ain't for me.
You know,
I like the fun. I don't like the homework. I don't like the essays and shit. So,
but everything doesn't pan out. Even thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have my first house at 25. Oh, I'm gonna also
facts.
have kids.
I was supposed to have kids and be rich
Bro,
at
I was
this age.
gonna be a millionaire by
absolutely
now, bro.
right.
So that's what I always like thought to myself before thinking like, oh, this is like how it's supposed to be. Then it's like, oh no, I really did not expect how my life to pan in that way. But again, like that's everybody's experiences. You know what I'm saying? Because if we were to get the easy way out, what would we learn?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
trials and tribulations.
You know, and trial and error. So I feel like that's what we're supposed to do. So I feel like your journey, and my journey, we're meant to be a part of that journey. So I feel like we had to go through that and still keep going through it to make us who we are today. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, I used to think, you know what, this media, TV, Disney Channel bullshit is a scam, but, you know, it's life. So that's how I look at it too, you know what I'm saying? And I learned that you just got to, you know, one day at a time. You just got to keep going with it. That's how I kind of look at that right now, you know? So.
I couldn't agree more.
You know? Well, you can't agree more, so pick the next one.
Okay, ready? This one. Ooh. What's a never again rule you created after a relationship ended? It's a good one. Honestly, I have a few, but I'm trying to think of the best one. Never again, I would just say putting up with anything that like disturbs my peace, truthfully, is and not to say that like I won't fight for something that's, you know, worth it or whatever the case is, but I would just say like back then we used to have very much petty arguments over like minor stuff. Oh, why you looking at this girl? Why you liking this? Da-da-da. And it's like at this grown age, I'm not. We're too old to be doing it. We got bigger responsibilities. Mm-hmm. So I would just say that it's just like I'm not gonna argue unless it's something that's like meaningful, that's like gonna help us grow. You know, if it's over a picture that I liked on Instagram, I'm sorry, but
I mean it's immature, and also it looks at the person now how insecure they are.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I'm not justifying doing that. That's probably a bad example, but I'm just saying like peace over everything. You know, I want someone that brings me peace. We should be at peace together. I should bring you peace. You should bring me peace. Mm-hmm. You know, it should be like fitting a glove. And not to say that we're going to be perfect on day one, but we shouldn't be arguing, you know? We shouldn't be bickering at the early on stage. So that's why I would say, like, that's my never again rule. And I'm all for a healthy conversation, but an argument is where I draw the line, I guess.
I mean, you want someone to find you peace, really. That's it. I feel like if you're entering a relationship with arguments, that's obviously the biggest red flag already. You know what I'm saying? Because some people get a high off that too. It's like being petty and argumentative and stuff like that. Or they have the baggage from their last relationship that they carry. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just kind of have to like weed out like before making things official, or again, dating, going with the flow. You see the person's character, then you determine exactly what you want from that.
Right. Because not everybody's for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like you might be a good person, you're just not for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's okay.
And that's okay, exactly. Doesn't mean we can't still, you know, be cool or be friends or follow you on Instagram, man. I like your stories. Like, that's okay.
You know, right?
I guess it's like sort of similar, just the idea of like not putting up with things that I feel like throw off my center of balance, or like I guess like my lifestyle that I'm trying to build for myself. Like I feel like what I look for, or what I'm looking for in like a partner, is somebody like that I could like build with, I guess. Or like we could still like, you could have your own flow. We can have like, I can have my own flow, and we just like sort of complement each other and like see where that goes and like build from there. So I just like some of that might not be as supportive of things that I want to do or goals that I have for myself. Just making sure that, you know, I'm not like that we're both centered or like at the center of this like relationship, and that we're both being able to like push each other to like get to that next step we're trying to achieve, instead of being like, well, I don't like, or like I don't want to engage with this one thing that you're doing, or like this interest that you have, or like this thing, like going back and forth just tit for tat, like what's annoying, or like that type of thing. I kind of want to just like gel a little bit, I feel. So just like putting up like, or not putting up with things that I feel like can throw me off balance, or things that can like distract me from what my goal is, or what like that idea or that vision that I have for myself.
I agree. That's kind of what I was saying. Like somebody who's understanding of and it's understanding and patient. You know, is like, and I'm gonna be the same way. Like at the end of the day, at this age, we're all busy. Yeah, and we should understand that and work around that. You know, and communicate. Like, but go ahead.
I'll say for me, like it kind of ties in, but to never allow disrespect happening in my relationship ever again. To be disrespected, to be called out for certain things is something that I'm not going to take. Because here's the thing. I allowed the disrespect. And that's something that I had to realize. If I wanted a partnership, I have to make sure that, one, I love myself. I got to make sure that I have a respect for myself, not to allow someone to say this or do that. Because I allowed that. Because why? Again, it goes back to the whole essential of wanting to be loved. So for me, it's like I never, ever will allow any type of disrespect, cheating. I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to allow someone to put the hands on me. I'm not going to allow someone to talk to me crazy, break my past, or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, it's like you're throwing all those stones to break me down. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I'm not going to allow that, which kind of made it hard for me to trust a lot more recently when putting myself out there. But I also have to learn, like, everybody's different. Everybody's not the same. So I'm also working on that.
You got to give everybody that fair shake. And then if they do wrong, that's when you weed them out. All right,
and that's why I was saying sometimes you can't, when you see certain people, some people have trauma from their last relationship and they bring that into the new relationship. And that's why I stay single. That's why I focus on myself, because I don't want to bring certain things or triggers from me into something new and then I mess it up, you know? So that's why I always say, like, let me get more healed. Let me sit by the water, touch some grass a little bit more, and then we'll get from there. But I'm just never going to allow disrespect ever again for me at all. And that's on period. All right, my turn. How y'all feeling, by the way?
I'm
good,
wonderful,
bro.
my guy.
I'm here.
All right.
Come on, baby.
Let's see what we got.
Next question.
Oh. What's something you need in love now that you didn't know to ask for before? What's something you need in love now that you didn't know to ask for before? I would say something I need right now that I asked for before is patience. I think that a lot of times when I'm overthinking or overstimulated, I wish that I was asked for patience.
Okay.
That's something I can say.
Patience from someone else or patience from yourself?
Both.
Okay.
As broad as I can be, I'll just say both right now. Patience is really like the key word.
That's your focus right now.
Patience.
Oh, okay. I hear that. I'm kind of working on that too. Easier said than done.
You know, it is.
Whew.
So I was thinking about that question. I was like, I'm gonna say patience.
Me, I don't know if it's like something that I would necessarily ask for, but I feel like it's something that I've learned to appreciate or receive a little bit. And I didn't really think that that was like sort of a love language that I appreciated or was receptive to. But definitely just like, I think affirming, like things that are affirming, like whether that be words, actions, things like that. I wasn't like always on like the lookout for it, or I didn't know how to like receive those types of things. But I feel like now I'm a little bit more like cognizant of it. And I realized like I like it. Like if you tell me like, oh, I look good, I'm like, bro, yeah, I feel like I'm making feel nice, bro. You know, like what you talking about? But like that type of thing, I'm like, yeah, I be liking that shit. Like I like that shit.
Nah,
and I'm
for
like,
sure.
bro, like I realized I'm like, yeah, like I feel good like this, or like just like even like listening to music. If you fuck with the music I'm listening to, like that type of thing. I wanted to be just like a general vibe, but also like, yeah, just like things that are like super affirming, I think is what I look for most now, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. Okay. Something that I love now
Something that you need and love now.
that I need and love now.
Need that.
Okay. I would say kind of like you said, patience, only because I know I'm difficult, to be honest. I have a short attention span, so I get distracted a lot. I start doing other shit.
You a walking TikTok reel?
What does that mean?
So like you were like 30 seconds you operate.
Oh, I'm like a
every time?
Vine gang. Like,
Same
like,
thing,
that's
though.
you got 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Oh,
yo.
6 seconds.
You got 6
Wow.
seconds, and then like, bro, sometimes like Shorty will text me, and I'll see it, but I don't want to answer too
Right
fast.
away, right? You wanna-
So I'm like, all right, let me keep scrolling real quick. And the next thing I know, it's been 30, 40 minutes. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. And I take Shorty back, and now I look like I've been a hoe, or I'll be on the game, right, for like 2 hours. I'm like, oh shit, like I have a text. So that's why I say patience, especially now, because like, bro, when I was 19, 20, I had nothing but time. I was doing nothing but texting you back and this and that. Now that I'm 25 and I'm like, I actually have shit that goals I'm trying to reach and I'm working towards. It's like, I don't have the same time that I used to. So that's why I need patience for myself, like you said, because I'm very impatient. I get frustrated quickly. Like, nothing pisses me off more than when you're in a rush and shit is going wrong and taking long. Like, God forbid I'm in a rush and my food taking long. You know, like, it's little shit like that. Or like, for me, it's just the worst days is like when I'm clumsy and I'm dropping everything and I'm just like, fuck, it's one of those days. But yeah, so that's my thing, is just patience. I got a lot on my plate nowadays and I'm not making excuses. I have ADHD. Bear with me. And that's it. Sometimes like I appreciate a random call, stuff like that. Patience and understanding, bottom line. That's really it.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. And I want to kind of piggyback off you back to my answer again with patience. It's like, I feel like with people, they try to, for me personally, like when I say patience, I always say be patient with me because I'm trying to understand my own emotions, my own thoughts. So for me personally, this is for me, when I was starting to get in relations with men, I was very like insecure. Like, I don't know like how this works. I'm so used to females. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, it's like when I'm really like into them, it's in my head. I'm like, I don't know, is this who I am? Is this what I really want? So I was always like from before, like hiding relationships before. Or before it was just like, you know, being ashamed, you know, or just, it was like I said, it was a lot of layers to it. So that's why I always say to people now in my life, and I thank them for that, like, please be patient with me because seriously, like I'm unlearning almost 26 years of what I thought was what I thought.
Bad habits, right?
You know, a lot. So that's why, like, when I tell you, like, this reborn or you want this comeback is like personal for me. Like right now, like it's been personal because
great,
I had
man.
to unlearn every single thing and still unlearn. It's gonna take years of unlearning, you know.
Sure.
But I just had to cut out certain habits. But that's why I say just be patient with me. That's just for all relationships in my life personally. That's what I need in love right now. Is just be patient, and that's it.
We're difficult creatures, you know. Yeah. Bear with us.
You know what I'm saying? Raymond.
Oh boy.
All right.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is right up your alley right here. Oh boy.
When did you realize you deserved better?
Out the womb.
You know, literally, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say, like, oh, man, bro, I was born. Look, when I was born, I knew I needed better. But not seriously though. I feel like maybe like 3 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like just coming off a lot of like uncertainty, like switching like jobs and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, what direction am I going in? I wasn't happy where I was at, but I knew where I wanted to like go. And I guess I just realized like I hinder myself a little bit thinking that maybe I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that future that I like envision myself living. And I'm like the same thing we were talking about a little bit earlier. Like, why is it that I'm like, I doubt myself or I don't have like that type of thing? Like, why is it that I can't like feel like I deserve that vision that I have in my head or like whatever that is, right? So I think just for like 3 years ago, like that's that transition, realizing the situation or the place that I was at the moment isn't really where I wanted to like end up being at. And I'm like, and then I'm learning that I do deserve that, or like learning how to like manifest that, how to take those actionable steps to be able to like get to that future that I envision myself, that I know now that I like deserve.
Mm-hmm.
So like just working through that. So I definitely would say like, yeah, maybe like 3 years ago, just a super transitional period. Like I was still kind of fresh out of college and I'm trying to figure it out in the professional world. And I'm working jobs for money, but I'm like, I don't like these jobs per se, or as much as I would like to. And then I was like, I want to take it to a different level, try a different industry, or like how to make that transition. Just like all those like thoughts just being like in my head and being able to like focus that out and just be like, okay, this is what I need to do to get to that next step. I feel it's like definitely happened around 3 years ago for me.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Because you and I definitely had conversations
Yeah.
back then, like when working, as we were slaving away outside in the cold. I remember just like being in the car and just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like, was fear a hindrance of what you really wanted to do? Because I would say you did have something lined up for yourself.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that didn't come through after a while. And then you got to the job that we all met. So was that more of like a, do I want to go back to that level again? Or like, how would you explain that, if you don't mind?
I feel like, yeah, like I guess that was like a sort of a turning point for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like, I don't know, I just wasn't super certain. Like I said, like that doubt that you were like you just mentioned, that doubt within myself. Like, I don't know if I want to like go back to that, or if I want to like what that next step is. Wait, can you just remind me of what that question was that you just asked though?
The question was more of like, you had a job, remember?
Yeah.
And then after that, you don't have that job no more because you went to do something else.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, like, even that didn't go through. So you lost both opportunities in that way. So I want to know, when you went to that job, was it fear of trying it again? Or
Yeah. So definitely like fear of trying again. And then also talking about like this thing called like imposter syndrome.
Yep.
Like, bro, like, do I have the experience? Like, are my ideas good enough? Like, to be able to step into a room, sit at a table, like, present my vision. I'm like, I don't know if I ever really had the confidence to like really like stand on my shit like that and be like, present that to the world, be like, this is what I think is best. And again, just like being that people pleaser, or taking other people's like opinions into account, where just like sometimes you just gotta like silence that and, you know, go do the thing. And even if the thing is bad, you do the thing anyway.
Yeah.
And then like learn from it. and then
Yeah.
like develop it, right? Like, so just learning that for sure, but definitely like dealing with that imposter syndrome. I think that was a lot of it that was sort of holding me back or like having me hold myself back from taking that next step. Cause I was like, I don't know, like, am I gonna be taken seriously? Like, do I deserve to be in these rooms? That type of thing for sure, yeah.
I would say when I what was it? August or September 2023, when I got out the hospital, was when I was just my skinniest. I felt like I would never look the same. I felt like I had lost not that I lost everything. For me, I still had my family and all of that, but I just felt like I really valued my appearance, and
Right.
I was like, damn, like how am I gonna shake back, or like will I ever look the same? And honestly, like obviously once I started to feel better and things started to normalize, I was like, you know what, I gotta change my lifestyle. And that's kind of when I started like eating better. I started working out, and that's when I got back to the house and all that. So I would just say that's like when a total shift for me, and like that was my second chance. So also even on top of that, like that's when I started truly believing in God. Like it's not to say I didn't believe in him prior, but I was always skeptical. And for me, it was just like, that's when I really just started appreciating life truthfully. Is like, for example, like I hate the rain, I hate the cold, but I used to be sitting in the room on the hospital bed, and I used to just be like, yo, like I'll give anything to be sitting at the bus station again.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like in the rain, in the cold, I'll give anything. And you know, when I finally was able to walk on my own 2 feet, and I started getting my weight back, and I started feeling good again, I quit the vaping. You know, it's nowhere as good as quitting liquor, but it's something, you know, you quit something that you were holding on to, clutching onto for so long. So for me, that was when it all changed. And honestly, like I'm grateful for where I'm at now. Obviously things aren't, like you said, I feel like sometimes I feel that imposter syndrome too. But what helps me is taking it a day at a time, and just tackling today. I'm gonna do the best I can today, do the best I can tomorrow, and then just keep stacking them days up. And when you look back in a month, it's like, damn, the workout's been hitting, the paycheck's been hitting. Feel me? Like it feels good to just compound them good days, you know. And then when a bad day hits now, it don't hit as hard as it used to.
Thanks.
Feel me? Because it's like I've been doing good. All right, fuck it. I knew this was gonna come. Shit, the cloudy days, you know, the clouds gonna pass. So it's like, cool. That's where the patience comes in too, because the little shit pisses me the fuck off. Like I'm having a bad day at work, and like I said, I keep dropping tools, and I keep like, I want to scream, but I'm learning to like control that, keep it in, and just be because we also spoke about you never getting mad. That to me is a superpower. Like
that is.
I would love to be like not give nobody the satisfaction of just like seeing me mad. But sometimes I just get triggered. Like even on the game, especially earlier today, I'm playing 2K. Somebody talking shit to me, so I'm like, I'm trying to stay calm, but like I feel myself getting hot. So I guess like everything we've talked about, I'm just trying to use everything that y'all saying, and yeah, like I said, compound it. Like compound the good habits, break the bad habits, build new good ones, and then stay positive. Yeah, I'm rambling now, but you guys go ahead.
It's a podcast, it's supposed to ramble. But I always say like, well, a couple of things. One, yes, you were loud on that game. You was like, when I had to put the reset down, I was next door to his room. He would be like, what the fuck? Like he would just like go off. Okay, that part, I gotta get that out of the system, because that is true. When you said that, I was like, wow, that's a rough throwback. But also like, I feel like you're supposed to have good days and bad days, I realized. Because here's the thing, like more recently, I've been feeling like lonely. And that's been really like, for a second, like, I'm doing all these things I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I'm taking care of myself, my health and stuff like that. But then while I'm like, oh, like, I feel lonely, you know? And I feel like those days where I got to sit through it. You know, me before, I'll get a bottle, we'll bottle it out. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do that. So I have to really like sit on
bottle it out. You'll put that on the shirt, man.
You know what I'm saying? No, seriously. But that's been like for the last 2 weeks, actually, just been like sitting in that and just being like, but you're supposed to feel that. I'm told. Like, that's something that you're supposed to feel. Like, you
That's-
have to.
That's
like,
what my grandma's actually been teaching me. You know, it's like the very old timey shit where it's like, even another thing she taught me is like, I get mad when I miss an event. I missed one of my cousin's birthdays one day, and I was pissed because I had to be at work. And she was just like, maybe you weren't meant to be there. Maybe God prevented you from something. Or like when you get off on the wrong exit, you take the wrong turn or something. She's like, don't get mad. You feel me? God protected you from something.
Right.
So that's kind of how I think about it now too. It's just like, what's a few more minutes?
Right. I mean, you know,
I'm protected by something.
Right.
that part. And then for me, I'll say like when I thought I deserved better was, I remember this. It was a week. It was 2022, September 2022. About a week before I was supposed to go on a Carnival cruise with Brandon and Steven. And I just remember I was at the beach one day. I went to Santa Monica, and I remember me and my Four Loko and just sitting there at 10 a.m.
Oh.
And and
With the Four Loko.
you know, remember I used to drink them shits?
Bro.
I used to
like
be like,
toxic.
how the
Like,
fuck? I think you used to get
shit
two. Sometimes you used to get two.
Can we not expose me completely?
Oh, I'm sorry.
See, that's why I don't drink, guys. But no, but I just remember like that moment. I remember calling my mom, and like that's when I told her everything that was going on, because I didn't tell nobody anything for months, and just everything. And I remember like she was really like helping me. Like, I'm breaking down on the beach. Like, I'm telling you, it's like 10 a.m. I'm crying, I'm upset, but she really like reassured me, like, hey, like if you're ready to come home, and like we'll work it out together, you know. And it was just moments like I needed that, you know, of just not being judged immediately or cussed out about anything that I chose to do in my life, you know. Because the thing, and that's what it made me like start to realize like I do deserve better. And then again, of course, you have your relapses, like, you know, working that job or putting myself in situations that I shouldn't have put myself into, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then after a while, like I would say also another turning point for me was 2024, when after we did New Year's at Sky's house. And I remember just being like, I'm going to make sure this is my year. And then I remember just enjoying myself, traveling a little bit more, having fun, you know? And then I remember just saying, I like this energy, but like, what is something I want to also take off? 2025. I remember I was like, you know what? Let's stop drinking. Let's see what I get from that. And then now the clarity that I've gained thus far, and just, you know, making 9 months next week, it's like amazing thus far, because I just never thought I would do that. So I see what I did, and it's a forever journey, but like we can do it if you just put your mind to it, man. That's what I realized. So I deserve better. I can buy myself flowers, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
You know? All right, Mr. Hav.
Okay. I get nervous every time.
What's next?
Every time it's my turn.
I have a question. You have a watch on your ring? I'm
Nah,
looking at that.
I fuck with that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay.
It's my new favorite thing. As you've gotten older, what's a belief or mindset you've completely outgrown? I would say that everything is like a fairy tale or like a storybook, you know? Like growing up, you think like Cinderella's real, you feel me? Like you really could make that happen. Like I'm gonna have everything perfect. I'm gonna bring the glass slipper and she gonna pull up in a horse and carriage, and you know, we're gonna ride off into the sunset happily ever after. There's no happily ever after for real. Like, I mean, for some, but for most in this generation, I feel like it takes work, obviously, and that's part of the reason that I've kind of outgrown that mindset, because it's like growing up, you don't realize that a healthy relationship to be happily ever after actually takes work. You think it's just like, oh, I find the right person and boom, we're good.
Right.
But no matter who you're with, it's gonna take sacrifice and communication and patience, all these, you know. So I think for me, that's what I've outgrown, is just growing up seeing my mom and my family, just my aunts go through relationships and, you know, kind of give me advice, and me going through my own stuff now, is I realized that, yeah, like I said, it's just because you meet a great person, like I said, doesn't mean they're for you. You you know, we got to work and we got to see if we're compatible for real. Because it's like, I might like you, but it might not work out in the long run. And for me, it's like, I'm looking for the long run. I don't start things to quit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, I got to make sure this works. So I'll just say, yeah, that's it. It's just like, no, there's not really a happily ever after unless both parties are working towards that. For me, it can't be one way or another. It can't be 80-20. It got to be like 50-50. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we pick up the slack. Like, you know, some days it'll be 80-20, but you got to build that foundation first, I feel like. That's it.
Oh, you grown?
You could say that.
You have. Okay.
My
guy. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, man. Sure.
Go ahead.
For me, I feel like maybe the mindset that I've outgrown is like just feeling like, or like being hard on myself, or like regretting certain things, realizing that, oh, you know, maybe, or dwelling on things too, like maybe I shouldn't have done that, maybe I shouldn't have done this, or this was the wrong move. And sort of just like, I guess, streamlining, I've learned to do a little bit more. So like not placing like too, like, I think it's important to have expectations, but not to like place too much expectation on how something is going to go necessarily, and like living in that uncertainty or that uncomfortable thing is something like I definitely learned how to become more comfortable with. It's just like being more comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because like before, like I don't like getting, like I said, I don't like getting taken out of my element too much. I'm like, I like being where I'm at.
You gotta keep that aura up.
Exactly. I gotta keep the aura up. I can't let them see like me crack, bro. I can't let them see me slipping, whatever, that type of thing. Or just like holding on to that pride. Like pride is something that's also just really big for me, right? And that's something that's like, again, like held me back from doing other things. I'm like, yo, if I like being a perfectionist, like if I put this shit out, if I do this, if I try my hand at this, like, and it's not good, bro, I'm putting it right back the fuck down, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, low key, I'm like, yo, if I'm trying to like explore a hobby of mine or something like that, like I'm expecting me to go into this like being a fucking savant, bro. Like that's the mindset I'm going into this with. I'm like, bro, I need to be like, this is it right here. This is the new skill I'm picking up. It's gonna come naturally. I'm gonna be a fucking prodigy, and that's gonna be it, right? But just like letting go of that mindset that is gonna be like that, or like, oh, you know, it's okay. Like if I mess up, if I slip up, it's okay to be in that process, or like I said, that uncomfortable process. What it takes to like hone your craft, or like whatever. Like if you're doing a hobby, if you're doing like whatever it is that you're doing, like sitting with that uncomfort, you know, letting go of the guard, the aura.
You gotta
the
fail
pride.
to succeed.
Exactly. Like and not being afraid to let people see that too. I think that's something that I feel like how my mindset has changed, and I sort of let go of that like super prideful, super like, you know, like mindset.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll say for me that I realize is that not everyone has the same intentions as you do. And I think that I used to categorize everybody as good people. Like I think that like everyone is the same. Like, you know, like how I treat people, I feel like I should come backwards, right? But I have to realize like everybody is different. So I had to realize like you can't keep trying to put people in the box or think that they're supposed to be doing this and that, because that's not them.
This is what I would do. And I'm assuming that they're going to do that too, and then they don't.
Yeah, because you would think that in my mind, maybe like I am delusional. I get that. But also I'm just thinking to myself, like, is this how it's supposed to be? But also realizing like everybody's not like that. So I can't stop thinking like maybe my common sense might not be so common for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay, you know? So I also have to realize that like everybody's different. And I had to let go of like each relationship I have or friendship I have with somebody, I learned to be open-minded also, but again, patient as well. And also just understand the differences, and that's it. And that's okay.
Right.
So that's something I had to let go of, learn. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, my turn.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see. Do I got one? Okay. What we got? What's something you wish we could relive one more time? Ooh, that we could relive one more time. I would say, because honestly, like as much as we like talk crap about like how much times we hated the job, I would say like the times I really wish that we can relive as like us particularly was just like our like the nights. I'll say like really just like gravitating, smoking, and just really just like just shooting the shit. Honestly, that's how I felt. Like it was like those moments where we was just like vibing and getting to know each other more.
Mhm.
So it's like those are moments I wish like we just like sit back and just be like, oh, we hate the job, oh, I hate this and that, but like we just come together and then vibe out. I feel like that's like even like the best distraction for us because a lot of times we all had things going on in our own personal lives, but it was something that we needed, and I do believe that God put us in those situations that we were in together for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I personally think, because I feel like if I didn't meet you guys, honestly, and if I wasn't on those trips, I don't know where my mind would have gone even more. But you guys were like blessings at that time for me. And I wish that sometimes we can like shoot the shit and like hang out or go out or whatever, not like how it used to be. But you know, we're getting older.
I mean, yeah, just piggybacking off of that, I feel like that's the exact same thing I was about to say. Like I wish like the nights, the playing the games, like go into some random city, like wherever, just exploring that place, like
For like
just,
6 days,
bro.
dog.
And it's just like you there, you're vibing. Like I feel like now people are on their phones a lot and stuff like that. And I feel like though I was like on my phone, like I've just think like for some reason I don't remember being on it as much because you're just there with people, right? And I've like you said, we sort of like talk shit about the job, but I feel like the one thing and maybe the reason that I stayed there longer than I should have, or like I was ignoring certain things, just like the people, bro. Like I really just enjoy being around like y'all or like hanging out with you guys and stuff like that. So, and I want to be able to do that a lot more now. We should prioritize that, even though we are super busy and stuff. But yeah, just like reliving like some of those experiences, like some like shit that had me like rolling on the floor, like dying, laughing, like you said, like smoking, drink, like hanging out, like doing all that type of stuff. The argument, like bro, all of that, like I look back on that stuff and I'm just like, this is hilarious. Like half of this shit is actually comedy, bro, when you think about it. But it was just like fun, like being around like y'all, being around like everybody that we used to like hang out with and stuff like that. So I would like relive like some of those moments again too, I think.
Yeah, I would say honestly the nights out. The nights out was always fun, never dull. My guy right here is a party animal.
No, facts.
And my guy right there be aura farming, you know, so.
You be just chilling in the corner, you're like, who's that? Who's that? You're like, oh.
The hoes just.
Me? Nah, ring,
the whole
pants,
The hoes be like, damn, who that over there? Like, why he so mysterious? Like, I want to go talk to
what's
him.
What we doing?
Be like, yo, chill out. Like, chill out, shorty.
Gotta be all that.
We had some good times, y'all.
Yeah, definitely the nights out, man. Even though, you know, I think last time we went out all together, we got beat up by some girls. But other than that, man, it'd be a good time, man. It'd be a great time. So we're gonna get back to that. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna run it back for sure.
Yeah. All right, Ray.
All right. All right, what's one relationship lesson you learned the hard way? I mean, did I learn my lesson? Do I be learning my lesson? I'm joking, no. I guess like one relationship lesson that I learned the hard way, or just like as somebody in general that's super like hard-headed or like sometimes might be a little like irritable. Like I said, like I don't get like upset or I don't like show it a lot, but just learning to like I guess like exercise like grace with other people as well. Like not only myself, but other like I guess like if something isn't the way that I completely like envision or something that's like irritating me like a lot, being like, okay, like, or like my communication skills as well. Like just in general, like if something like voicing that, like, cause the people aren't supposed to like read my mind. Like that something is like bothering me or like that type of thing. Just being able to like voice those types of things, like have those tough conversations instead of just like brushing it off or like being unbothered. You know, it's like it's all right to like crack a little bit. It's all right to like show that you care a little bit, or like if something like hurts you.
That's where that pride comes in.
Exactly.
You're prideful and you don't want to say nothing and seem like
I'm just taking on the chin, yada yada yada. But like not like learning to take that time to like pause and like have those conversations or voice how you feel in a situation, so that when things get like, or so that things don't get heated, so it doesn't get to that point where you're like building it up to the point where it's like, oh, like now things are exploding and now like that type of thing. You know, being like proactive with those types of things, just like I said, like communication, voicing things, having those difficult conversations that sometimes you want to shy away from or not really address. And I feel like I've learned that the hard way, because I've been in that spot where I had those arguments or things got heated where it didn't necessarily need to like get to that point, or like now I'm aggravated, now everybody aggravated, like that type of thing, for sure. Yeah.
Honestly, similar. Like I was gonna say, nipping shit in the bud, addressing shit early to avoid those kind of issues, and like kicking the can down the road. Basically, is like one thing I've noticed is like you have to nip it in the bud early, because then later on, like you said, when you do try to finally address it, you've been bottling this stuff up, and you do try to address it, they're like, man, where did this come from? I didn't know you felt this way.
Exactly.
Like, you know, that shit happened a week ago. Why you bringing it up now? And it's like, I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to start an issue that wasn't there. But now it's to the point where like I'm fed up, I'm pissed, you know. So it's like,
with it
so that's why like for me now it's like trying to address it, and then like I said earlier, I don't want someone who feels attacked when I bring shit up, who gets defensive when you bring shit up. That's kind of why I was saying like I want somebody understanding and who's willing to realize that same thing that we talk about, that nobody's perfect, right? We're both strangers meeting each other. So the way you grew up and the way I grew up is different, and we just have to communicate and come to a happy medium, right? Because not to say that it's going to be a perfect solution, but we have to find a solution, right? At least for the time being. And for me, it's like if that person is receptive, then that's someone that I will continue to, you know, pursue, or like we'll see what's going on here. If not, if it's like defensive or argumentative or any of that, where it's just like, all right, well, maybe this isn't the person for me, because I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna tell you why you did this. Why you should know what you did, and that's really it. So my bottom line is just addressing shit early, so that there's no surprises later on, where it's like, oh, well, where did this come from? Like, I just want a healthy conversation. Let's smoke a blunt. Let's talk about it. Yeah. And we can move on. I'm never mad about what you did. It's more about the principle. It's always the principle of what it is. Like, would it be okay if I did what you did? If it is, then by all means, let's go there. If not, then your time's coming.
But I was going to say the same thing. That was my answer, is to be transparent from the get-go. That's it. Just to be like, make sure that I'm being transparent next time, because I feel like the hard thing is like you're bottling and suppressing. I'm not saying anything to this person or anybody about like anything. Like, it's all good. Again, that's when it comes to, like I said before, allowing the disrespect, just not having a voice. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like now it's like I'm straightforward.
And it don't even got to be direct disrespect. It could be indirect, like with the action. You feel me? Where it's like, especially like I said, when you bring something up to them and they continue to do it, to me that's disrespect. Like now you just don't value what I'm saying to you, so that shows me that I'm not, I don't want to say a priority, because maybe we had just started talking, but I'm delusional, like you said. Like I should be a priority. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm in love by like in 3 days, so like I need to be a priority today. Today I'm a priority. Tomorrow you my girl. By Wednesday we married. Like, what we doing? Am I wrong? Did I say something crazy?
Nah, I love my little brother. I'm here for it.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I got you.
Ready? Ooh. What's a habit you're working on now to become a better person? Yeah, so for me, I would say patience. Just because I have a tendency, or I did have a tendency to kind of let my emotions get ahead of me. And not necessarily use my words, kind of like I would act a little, I guess you could say sassy, like a child. Like I'll kind of be mad in silence, suffer in silence, rather than just say what's on my mind. Because some people, like, I feel like early on when you're talking to somebody, I don't like to bring up shit that I don't like too early, because then it's like, who the fuck are you to tell me anything? You know, I'll just cut you off. Like I've been on that side of things, but I'm learning also how to like use my words appropriately, even when I am angry, and just trying to like not let it overcome me, right? And just stay calm, like we said earlier. And I want to be one of those people where it's like, take a deep breath. All right, let's talk about it. Feel me? Like I don't need to let my blood boil every time I'm angry or impatient, right? Because everything is just, all it takes is a conversation to fix most things. So I would say, yeah, that's it. I would just say patience with others, patience with me. Be patient with me because I'm not perfect. That's it.
Okay. Right.
I think a habit that I'm working on that helps me become better. That was a question, right? Like I've been in the gym, you know, working out, getting the fitness level up. You know, me be slacking sometimes, but I'm definitely back in there.
It's normal.
Just completed 75 hard. Actually, I think yesterday was the last day. You know, it was the last. Yeah, yesterday. So you know, we finna turn up soon, but you know, with strength. You know, keep those good habits going, but you know that type of thing. You know, it's not 9 months, but it sure is 75 days, my brother.
You know, man.
You know, but yeah, just really excited about completing that, like keeping that thing going, just like fitness in general, just getting back into the gym. I feel like it helps me focus, helps me get my mind right, set the tone for the day, and then everything else usually just follows through. And I just like feeling good, and I'm like, I realize like the more I do it, you know, I'm feeling good. When I think I couldn't do anything, like I just started like getting back into running again. And I haven't run in a minute. Like since I used to do that shit like competitively, like I haven't run in a minute. So I was like, I don't know if I still got it. I was like, yo, I be smoking my lung capacity, not what it used to be,
That's
bro. Like, I'm about to be like gassed on these runs. And I be running now. So I'm like, you know, just doing those types of things, building those good habits, that physical activity, doing things that help, you know, shape the person that I want to be, that vision I have of myself. Yeah, for sure.
That's a good habit.
That is. I mean, my habit's kind of obvious, but I think to be in a different way, I'll say, is to not escape.
Okay.
So I feel like it's so that's the thing I miss about alcohol is I get to escape. It's like kind of, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, like maladaptive daydreaming. So it's like I like to like daydream a lot of times, or like be in a different world, right? Or escape the real world because I feel like the real world's hard and I want to be a part of it. I ain't signed up for this shit. But we're here, you know? So I feel like one of the things I've really like broke this year and still breaking is to like, again, like I said earlier, to sit in just the pain or rut or whatever you're feeling, or the insecurities, or feeling like I'm not here, or I don't feel like I'm ever going to get here, or just questioning relationships or yourself, like just sitting in that raw. You know, because at the end of the day, like I've learned different techniques of overthinking, which is meditating. I've also learned how to read, go to the gym, and also have conversations with people and just be honest about, hey, this is what's going on. And I want to make sure that like we're all connected and we're good. You know what I mean? Like those bring me better joys than just washing away my problems, whether it's through smoking weed or drinking alcohol, because I was just escaping.
Sweeping it under the rug.
You know what I mean? And now after a while, like, okay, like I can keep, again, like chipping it under the rug. It's going to pile up soon.
Yeah.
And when it piles up soon, like who's going to clean it up? You know what I mean? So that's something I've been breaking, and yeah, it's been going well. I'll say that. All right.
Love that for you, man.
You know? All right. Let's see.
Hello.
What's the pettiest thing you ever done that you still stand on?
You know.
You know, I have two answers. And first answer I have to bleep out. So basically was getting my and then my second answer would be I'm more of like, again, younger Ivory likes tit for tat. Just like how you saying, like, if you can do that,
Right.
I can do that. Like, I'm not a cheater and stuff like that. But if you're cheating on me, I'm gonna cheat back. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
also, I'm gonna
cheat better.
but no, I ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat better. But also, like, I'm gonna hit it where it hurts.
Cheat better.
Cheat better. You know what I'm saying? But also, I'm gonna cheat where it really hurts. Like I said, it's like some be like, oh, you don't like this person? Bet. I do it for the plot. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
goodness.
Like when I tell you, like back in the day, doing it for the plot was like my
That's some shit
hashtag.
Your motto.
That's some shit a woman would do. I'll just break your heart. Like,
Right. Like I like for me, it's like you try to like shoot me, no, I'm gonna kill you. Like that's just how I feel. That was my motto back then. What? You?
Me, pettiest thing I've ever done. I don't know. Young Ray was a bit of an asshole, I guess. Pettiest thing I ever done. I think it was one time me and one of my boys, we had gotten like into it. So now it was like a bit of a rivalry. We got brewing or whatever. And I guess I'm like, all right, we gonna level the playing field. I'm gonna get my get back. We getting into this argument. You want to say something to me,
Right.
yada yada yada. I'm gonna get my get back in a different way. I'm gonna hit you where it hurt, right? And I knew it was this one like shorty that he was feeling and like talking to. I'm like, all right, now I'm just mac on your shorty. I'm like, all right, like this is exactly how we gonna go about it, right?
Right.
That type of thing. Just started flirting with her, you know, little kissy, all that type of stuff, right? And I was like, I just gotta make sure like this nigga like seeing it, like, yo, I don't endorse this behavior, like none of that, but. Yeah, that's how Young Ray was moving. And like even in middle school, I feel like I was like, I gotta establish dominance, yada, yada, yada. And it was this one, I remember like specifically being like middle school, maybe like 7th, 8th grade. It was this game of, we were playing prison ball, right? And like 8th grade or like middle school grade, like kind of, I went to like a private school. So I was like, I'm not gonna say stuck up, right? But I'm just like, you couldn't really tell me shit at the moment. And then there was this guy who had just recently come into our class, and we would just like get into it sometimes. We just was not like fans of each other, and we playing prison ball. And I think I had thrown the ball, I get him out, right? And then he started cursing me out for the whole class, talking about like, oh, you an asshole, yada yada. I'm like, all right, bet that's my turf, bro. You gonna learn today how things work at my school, right?
listen, it's my turf.
Right, yeah. So I was like, all right, so he like upset me that way. So I'm like, bet I got something for your ass. And I'm like, bro, again, not endorsing this behavior, right? But I think it was like at lunchtime. Lunchtime I had rolled around. I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna show like you about to have lunch by yourself, bro. Like, and I think I'm telling you, like even people I was not talking to, like I had my lunch table, I had people like I would sit with, and I was like, yo. Even people I would not regularly talk to, I'm like, you come to sit over here at this lunch table for today because we all sit in here today, and that he's gonna sit by himself. And he gonna learn, he gonna sit there and reflect on his actions when he decided to open his mouth and curse me out earlier today when we was playing prison ball. Right?
bro blackballing him.
Exactly.
Yo,
type shit, bro. And I was just like, as I was on now, I'm like, I be letting shit go all the time. I'm not as petty, but those are just like two like vivid situations that come to mind where I was like, yeah, like Ray be on some bullshit. Young Ray was be on some bullshit. But yeah.
Now Petty King.
Petty King, bro.
We're gonna I'm gonna go with a past roommates of mine. And you've shared one of them. We had that psycho weird chick. We had the other lady that you remember. She was bald, little heavy set.
Did you meet her?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think so.
And then we
With the
had
dog?
lady.
Yeah, and then we also had the
think so.
Caribbean lady. She was also a bit odd. I'll just say, first of all, do not get roommates unless like you vet them first, do a background check, do all that, because I've had nothing but bad ones.
Damn.
But I would say, like, honestly, with my past roommates, it was just constant like small petty shit, just like moving my stuff, taking my stuff out the fridge, right? Or like not leaving me room to like put stuff in, or I'll come home, the house is dirty for whatever reason. Da, da, da. So it got to a point where like I went on Reddit and I just started looking up like pranks or like harmless prank. Like, how can I drive a person? How can I make a person go crazy without realizing? So it was like little shit, like cut a hole in they freezer bag so the shit get freezer burn. And it was like, it was I forgot. I think I had put some shit in the shampoo, like little shit like that, right? But
be like subtle things.
So it was that, and then we had the other lady, the other Caribbean lady, like she was a little psycho too. So me and her is constantly arguing. I would just say like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, gang. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But all right. So we're going to do our last 3 questions, but each of us is going to answer it just by ourselves, okay?
All right.
So you're going to pick yours first.
Oh.
Then you're going to,
gotcha.
ready? Then you're going to pick it.
This one.
And then I'll pick mine's, and then we'll go right now. Go, Ray.
What are you grateful for this year that you didn't expect? I think I'd say I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for a lot of the things that I feel like I've learned this past year, especially like starting a new job, reevaluating what my priorities are, like sort of like I said, doing that work to streamline what that goal is that I want for myself. So I'm like really grateful that I was able to sort of gain like a little bit of that clarity. I like, bunkering down, developing these habits, being able to take those steps and sort of like develop those types of things. Like I'm proud of myself. I give myself props for like sticking through those things or putting like those actionable steps where I'm like, I could see this. Like it's becoming like it was hazy before, but now I can see it. So that's something that I'm definitely grateful for, just like the growth in general that I've experienced. And then also like a lot of the opportunities that I think I've been seeing a lot of really cool opportunities coming up that I want to like investigate a little bit further. I'm like, okay, I'm also grateful because I'm like, yeah, this might be God working in some way. This is God pushing you to like really take that step forward and indulge in those things, those hobbies, those interests that you have that you think can be like, not like that it has to be profitable, but just things that you like.
You want to try.
Exactly. That make you feel good or like that you want to try, that you want to develop a little bit more.
Maybe it could make money eventually.
It could maybe. And if it does, like, that's great. But yeah, I'm just grateful to like being around these opportunities, seeing some things start in motion. And, I'm just excited for what, next year is going to bring too. Just piling on, like you said, compiling those good habits, compiling that success, those little moments. Like hopefully we get a little snowball effect going.
You look back in a few years, you're like,
exactly.
Oh shit.
Exactly.
Hav, what's your question?
What's one fear about the future that you rarely say out loud? I would just say, obviously, I think like most of us, the fear of failure. I know, obviously, like we all know what we need to do, but it's hard sometimes to put into action, right? So for me, it's like I know I need to just step out my comfort zone. I know I need to put myself out there in whatever it is that I want to do, and just fail and not care about anybody's opinion and stuff like that. But at the same time, like you said, it's like I kind of like being in the shadows. I kind of like not being, seen so much. So sometimes it's kind of hard to like be the center of attention and also be worried about failing, about having eyes on me while failing. Like I could fail in private, no problem. Feel me? But it's when I got eyes on me where I get kind of subconscious and I'm a perfectionist and I wanna be a natural, right? And I get pissed off when I'm not. But I think for me that's the main thing is just number one, putting this into action. Because like I said, a lot of times we just say it, but we don't actually put into action. So it's like I wanna, even this is stepping out of my comfort zone. For example, it's just doing shit that I normally wouldn't do and trying it and seeing if I'm good at it, and if not, or seeing if I can capitalize off it money-wise or like mentally. Maybe it'll make me feel better mentally or that's really it.
Okay. And the question I have,
Ooh.
What's the worst hotel, Airbnb, or commute we had? Oh, that's a great last question.
Oh boy.
Whether it was from the car breakdowns, was it from?
Oh my God! I forgot about you were there that day, huh?
I got one. I'll end it off on a light note. We'll say, Javi was with me in this one. We were going to, I believe, somewhere upstate New York. I'm gonna say, you, me, and a couple of people. We drove late, and we got to the Airbnb. And it was a 2-story. I don't know if you remember the story.
Oh my, yeah.
And
I know where this
then
is going.
we
I forgot about that right now. Wow.
We went upstairs to the wrong floor. And I remember when we went upstairs to the wrong floor, we didn't realize, like, I remember like, oh, this is a nice Airbnb. We're getting settled and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, like, I opened the door. I saw a kid in the bed. For me, I was like, oh, wow, there's someone sleeping in our bed. And then all of a sudden, like, this white man comes like, hey! And we're just like, what the fuck? Like, he just started going crazy. All of us, we just left like, oh, we thought this was an Airbnb because it's a 2-story. We didn't know. He went crazy. He called the police, and it's like, oh my God. It was like midnight. So we just like, we just been in the car for like 6 hours, and then we just got this white man like, hey! Like, just going off on us. Like, you remember that?
It was Little Red Riding Hood in real life.
You know what I'm saying?
Boy came in, ate the porridge, and just chilled out. Yo, it's funny though, because we walked up, we seen a pair of Crocs. We're like, oh, maybe they left. Maybe somebody, the last person left it or something, you know?
Right, you ready to put your game system up and everything? Like.
Oh God, I was. I'm like, the only reason we even knew they was in there, we're like, we about to pick rooms. We're like, all right, let me get this one, let me get this one. We open it, and like he said, we're like,
Yo.
It felt like a homeless person was in your. It was just sleeping in my bed. Like,
no, literally.
What the fuck? And turns out we was the intruders. So
that's funny, cause I imagine like how they felt like sleeping, and then
because you was like behind us in the sense like that.
I didn't go inside, so I didn't know like what was going on. But I was like, bro, that's hilarious. Like, waking up and seeing that.
No, I know. I feel bad for them. Anyways, this was our Fishbowl of Truth game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys again so much for watching Getting Older podcast. I am appreciative. First of all, Hav,
thank you for having me.
I'm so proud of you. Like, literally right now. Like, I really am just proud of you. Just your answers today and just who you are. I have a lot to talk to you about offline, though, just growth-wise, man. I really am more intrigued with it. And Raymond, boss man Ray, you know what I'm saying? I just love who you are, brother, man. Stay you, man. Stay black and blessed, man.
That's all I could do, man.
No. But honestly, guys, thank you guys again so much for coming on the podcast again. I really do appreciate it. And this was such a fun game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our game. If you guys liked anything that we said in this game, please like, comment, subscribe. We are all on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, okay? Guys, you guys want to tell your cameras exactly where to follow you or anything you guys coming up?
Follow me.
Look on your camera.
Follow Instagram, I guess. Like, you don't got to, but you can check it out if you want.
Right.
Ray, RAI Sydney. It's my middle name, SYDNEY.
Hello.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, just follow me on the gram, man. If you don't already. It's Cloud_JXV. Real simple. So, peace out, y'all.
All right, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Getting Older Podcast. Bye!